Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Iris and I'm a professional volleyball player in the Philippines, and I have coaching experience at different age levels and different experience levels as well. On my channel, you'll see volleyball stuff, beauty, lifestyle, and different types of vlogs. And in today's video, I'm going to be doing a reaction video to Haikyuu. I thought this would be a fun video because I get a lot of comments about Haikyuu, and I wondered why for the longest time, and then I finally started watching it a little bit more. I'm not like that far into the series, but I'm far enough to where I understand why people come to my channel, which is pretty awesome. So I thought today I'd do a fun video and do a reaction video. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and give this video a thumbs up. That would be awesome. All right, let's get into this. Today I'm watching season 2, episode 6, called Tempo. Based on the title, I'm assuming it's gonna have a lot to do with setting. Oh, I'm a setter, if anyone didn't know. So I'm excited about this. Okay, hold on. So first of all, they said that was fun. I thought that was cute because I love when people have fun playing volleyball. That should be the first reason why, or at least one of the top reasons why people continue to play volleyball, is because it's fun. They're playing volleyball outside. I've actually done a few clinics here in the Philippines where that's like the norm, is because there's not much gym access here, and for those who have gym access, like, you have to either really know someone really well or pay a lot of money, especially in the provinces where they're not as fortunate to have these types of facilities. It's literally like you're playing volleyball on concrete, which is also what 9-man volleyball does as well. I've played in a few 9-man tournaments also. If you guys don't know what 9-man is, it's basically a form of volleyball in the Chinese culture. It's really big in the States, especially in areas that have like Chinatowns and large Chinese populations. So in San Francisco, when I lived there were 9-man mini tournaments, and we would play at Willy Woo Playground. So shout out to all my 9-man people in the Bay Area and in California. But they're not playing 9-man here. They're just, I just brought up different points. Okay, let's talk about height in volleyball. You don't have to be super duper tall to play volleyball. You can be smaller and still play a middle blocker position or a pin position, but, very big but, you either have to have amazing jumping abilities, amazing ball control abilities, or, I mean, it'd be great if you did both. You can't teach height in volleyball, so of course it's an advantage to be taller, but you don't have to be tall to play volleyball, is all I'm saying. I'm not very tall. I'm 5'7". I'm tall in the Philippines, that's considered tall, but in the States I'm like average to smaller in the volleyball department. So in the States, you'll see a lot of people my height be setters, liberos, defensive specialists, but there are exceptions. Like I said, if you have amazing jumping abilities and ball control skills, then you can broaden your range of being a volleyball player. Yeah, cool. So I'm glad he brought that up. So obviously the setter's job is to run a great offense, but to be honest, as soon as it's out of the setter's hands or whoever sets the ball, like as soon as it's out of anybody's hands, it's your job as an attacker to do what you can as best as you can with the ball. Dramatizations are like funny. Oh my gosh. I highly do not recommend closing your eyes when you're playing volleyball, unless you're doing a skill breakdown in a very controlled environment, like Like for example, when we're working on hand stuff and trying to learn muscle memory, sometimes I'll set the ball and close my eyes and try to figure out how that feels. That's the only time I would recommend closing your eyes in volleyball. Must be nice to be able to block with your face. I've only done that through the net because the hitter hit the ball at my face, not intentionally. She was just terrible. She hit the ball in my face and the net like caused a line scar on my face, so I was looking like Scarface for like a week or so. Jumping ability. Wow, this is fun. I actually appreciate how educational this show is, because this is pretty typical for most teams that I know and have played with and have coached. Third tempo, second tempo, first tempo. Usually teams will, well, back in the day when I was like in high school figuring out how to run an offense and how to call plays and stuff, there would be a play called 32. It's called a rip now. In most American teams, it's called a rip. So 3 would be the height of the ball. Since a 1 is called a quick, it would be 1, and then 2 or an X would be above that, and 3 is just slightly higher. And then the 2 in 32 came from the tempo of it. So like Hinata said, the second tempo was faster than the third one, and then first tempo was the fastest. So a 32, the first number would describe the height of the ball, and then the second number would be the tempo of the ball. So that was just in my team. It could be different for lots of different teams out there. Tempo and timing. Yeah, timing of their running approach. Tempo. Oh, I love these. The halfway point. Crushed it. All right, had some technical difficulties, but of course, why not? Why wouldn't we have technical difficulties? So let's continue from where we were. Speaking of which, he's talking about ball control, so practicing touching the ball on your own time. If you're new to my channel, I have some ball control videos on my channel, so go ahead and check those out as well. But yes, it's really important that when you're not on the court, you're practicing by yourself, just doing funky things. Literally what he's saying, imagine the ball being part of your body. So for ball control, like literally using different parts of your body to control the ball, is great, so if you get into a game or practice situation where you have to control the ball with a part of your body that you don't normally do it with, then you'll be a lot more prepared than those who don't practice controlling the body with different body parts. Oh, I love this conversation. That's so funny. So if you're a setter and or you have a coach who is a setter or just loves to nerd out about volleyball, these types of conversations come up all the time. I know as a setter having these conversations and coaching setters having these conversations, it's like the precision a setter has to go through. A lot of setters tend to be perfectionists naturally in our position, so this is super funny. I remember just sitting in that chair across my coach, and we would go over how to run an offense, how to connect on tempo and timing with the attackers, and like you just have to go through all these little calculations in your head and hope and trust that your body can perform those calculations. It's super weird. I don't know how to explain it, but if any setters are out there, let me know if this is making any sense. You have to think about a lot when you're setting. Not that you don't have to think about a lot when you're doing other skills, but when you're setting, you're trying to place the ball on purpose, like this floating object in the air. You have to get it to the right spot. And when you have different hitters who want different things all the time, it becomes a lot more difficult and you just got to work on it a lot more. Ugh, I know that feeling of missing your target when you're doing like rep tosses, and it's the worst feeling. But he's trying to pinpoint on a water bottle, and that is extremely difficult. But of course, you gotta work with what you got. Not everyone has a hoop to set into, okay? I like how happy they are when they're setting the ball. Oh my gosh, that's so funny. So as setters, you're supposed to be a great communicator on the court. When you set a ball too tight or too far away from the net, it's very helpful to let your attackers know so that they can get the verbal cue and then adjust how they need to. Oh, so good. When you finally hit that target, it's like the best feeling. I remember there would be practices or whenever I was just getting reps where I didn't want to stop until I hit that target. And then it's kind of like addictive to where you want to continue repeating hitting the target. So there would literally be practices where I would just hit the target. I'd be okay with it after a long day of practice, or I would want to continue hitting the target and then I couldn't hit the target afterwards. So it would go from like really cool, awesome, great job, I hit the target, to like now I'm frustrated that I can't hit the target enough times that I want to before I end the day. So I totally feel that passion and that and the celebration that he just had. That was it. I hope you guys enjoyed that. That was super fun for me. I'm really excited. I didn't know it was going to be about setting and tempo and talking about timing, but that was really cool that it was that video that I reacted to first. But yeah, let me just say this about tempo and timing. It's really important as a coach to establish what kind of system you have. Do you want to have a fast system, slow system? It's literally there's a system or there's not a system. There's no in between. I'm not sure how it is around the world, but from my experience of playing and coaching, it's better when the team has an established system so that the tempo and timing can work between the setter and the attacker. Because without the timing down, your system's just gonna fall apart and it's going to be unpredictable. As an opponent, it's cool to be unpredictable, but if you're running the offense and you're unpredictable, it can feel a little like floaty in the air type of feeling and not like a solid, okay, this is what we're gonna do, this is how we're gonna execute it, and it's gonna go fine. Like, I don't know if that makes sense to anybody, but that's just how I feel. I personally think a system in place works the best. But what do you guys think? Let me know down in the comment section below what you guys thought of this video and my reaction to it. Obviously, they didn't play a game in this episode, but if you guys want to see me react to another episode, let me know in the comment section below. I will see you guys in my next video. If you volley, I dig it.